Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Honor to him, the blessed one, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Samma Sambuddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. Hello everyone, welcome to our Dhamma Chat Q&A live session. Today is our episode number 2 and very happy to share the Buddhist knowledge with you all. As much as we can, I am happy to help you. And we also have today actually Dulani. Hopefully she will joining us soon. She is on the way, so she said I can start early. So in this live Q&A Dhamma session, we are very happy to communicate with our wonderful friends from around the world, and especially those people who are new to Buddhism, who want to learn more about Buddhism. And we are happy to help you in whatever way we can. So regarding some questions that we already have, I think Gaurav, you can post your question right now and we will continue to communicate with you. Okay, so kindly post your questions, maybe short, that will be better. Okay, so I think we have a question from Gaurav Wankhede. Vandami Bhante. Bhante, can you tell me what is Kumarbrahmacariya? In which sutta Buddha guide about Kumarbrahmacariya to young boys and girls? So I think he talks about the celibacy, the precept that we talk about in Buddhism, especially when it comes to the third precept. Among the 5 precepts, we have the third precept, what we call Kamesu Miccāchāra Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. That means I undertake to observe the precept to abstain from sexual misconduct. So that means lay people, they can get their they can happily marry and they can live their life as normal average mundane people. For sure they can, but it should be limited to their own family members. That is the most important thing. Many suttas talk about Panatipata, the 5 precepts, and then on Uposatha days, when you practice 8 precepts, you can't even do that. Like even with your family members, you have to avoid any kind of sexual contact. So we can say, like, even sensual pleasure, it can be applied to some. So when it comes to the 8th precept, it is said Abrahmacariya Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. So Abrahmacariya is getting rid of or avoiding or skipping the sensual pleasures. The practice of celibacy is very, very important. So in many cases where we have the karma, for example, karma itself is such a multifaceted word. It gives so many meanings. It has actually more meanings. So whether it is a young man or an elderly person, it doesn't really matter. When it comes to karma, it can be a very powerful, very strong urge in your mind, in your heart. So you really have to work very hard to cope up with that situation. That is why, in Visuddhimagga, for example, we talk about the six kind of characters, temperaments. Like Raga Charita is the first. So Raga Charita, Dosa Charita, Moha Charita, Saddha Charita, Vitakka Charita, Buddhi Charita. There are six kind of people in our society. One of them is the Raga Charita people. When you have that temperament more dominant in your character, then so then we have to be careful in order to cope up with that. The Buddha has also mentioned how we can actually work with the hello Dulani.
Hi, sorry.
Welcome. Okay. So with the Raga Charita people, if you have more challenging task in coping with the lust or sensual pleasures, then the Buddha has mentioned how we can deal with it through different kinds of meditation techniques like Asubha Bhavana, like foulness of the body, contemplating on the foulness of the body, and also Kaya Gata Sati. Even you can think of the body itself, and so foulness of the body, the 32 parts of the body, and when you contemplate on those things, a lot of people should be able to work. And so Panchasila and the Attasila and even the Dasasila, 10 precepts, practitioners can also deal with this. And apart from that, so this is for the lay people, okay? It doesn't matter like young or old, it is for the lay people. And for the Samanera, it is also called Dasasila. Samanera, Pabbajja Dasasila it is called. So the difference is when a layperson breaks a sila, one sila, so he or she breaks only that sila. But if a samanera or a priest, like novice monk or a nun, if he or she breaks any of these pabbajja dasasila or this when you at ordained as a monk or a nun, a samanera or samaneri, in that case you break all the silas. That is why they need to continuously practice, observe the 10 precepts all the time, like once a week at least. When I was a samanera, I used to do that too. So you can see these suttas in the Brahma, I think Brahmajala Sutta, the Diganikaya first Sutta, Samanyapala Sutta also talks about this. And there are many number of suttas that talk about the sila, importance of sila, practicing sila, which is a very important practice. I hope if you still have any doubt, you always can go back and give us a feedback, and you can of course talk about this. So as we have Dulani here, I would like to invite her to lead from here.
Hi, I apologize for my lateness. I was a bit stuck. Okay. The same person asked about, please, Bhante, guide about Kumar Brahmacharya. Is that what you were just explaining about? Yeah, okay. And so other people are saying good afternoon, Bhante, good day. And she's saying, I meant to say, what should we take before marriage? Yeah. So maybe she want to comment on anything about that,
I
Bhante?
think that's a good question. Like before marriage, how do we take care of it? I think that is what they mean in India, like Kumarbrahmacariya. Okay, now I got it. So it is always actually better to have your partner. It's actually a cultural convention as well. A lot of people they want to keep that celibacy intact until you get married. So I think it is a really good thing because you might um, be able to restrain yourself. You have to actually make sure you have the right partner and you are happily married, and afterwards you have your lifetime partner. So marriage is a bond that you actually sign into with each other, a trusted, respected, mutual consensus between two people and two wonderful people, a young man and a woman. So that has to be dealt according to the sila. We know, like as a practitioner, as a Buddhist, if you want to talk about as a Buddhist, no matter what, you have to practice 5 precepts. So in the 5 precepts, kamesu michachara veramani means you can't have sexual misconduct. So unless you are married, I think you have to practice this Kumarbrahmacariya, if you want to say, like that celibacy, that practice. You have to practice as a layperson too until you get married. Do not try. I think that will give so much respect to each other. That will also make your life more meaningful. You need to know each other more. You need to learn from each other also. But apart from that, we need to practice our sila as well. I hope I answered the question.
I hope so too. Garu, I hope that answers your question. I have a question now as well. I'm asking, can you explain more about the 10 fetters? Because I think that's applicable in the stages of awakening. I believe that's something that we have to get rid of. So if you can explain more on that, I think that'll be helpful.
So 10 petals or dasa sangyojana we call, and these are very, very, very helpful and very useful to all the Buddhists. Like in our way towards Nibbana, we need to know about the 10 fetters. If someone wants to achieve their final liberation, Sotāpanna, stream entry, Sakadagama, once return, Anagami, none return, and Arahanta, the final liberation, the enlightenment. For these things, to achieve these sainthoods, 4 sainthoods, we need to practice. We need to know about the 10 fetters. 10 fetters are the ropes or some kind of chains that we are tied to the sansaric pole. So we are all tied to that. So first of all, the 10 fetters are called Sakkaya Ditthi, Vichikicha, Silabhata Paramasa, Kamaraga, Patigha, and then Ruparaga, Aruparaga, Mana, Uddhacha and Avijja. So these are the 10 fetters. So Kamaraga is the sensual pleasure, sensual lust. This is one of the most difficult things that we need to deal with in our mundane lifestyle. Very difficult. In many places like in Theravada, I remember, Kamaragena daihami chittang me paridayati. Some of those monks, when they were practicing, they felt like the Kamaraga is so strong, it's like fire burning within, and it's so hard to contain. So they were really working hard. Even when you are meditating, those powerful sensual lust and those temperaments, those emotions can come up to us. Remember, like even the Buddha, when he was about to attain the final liberation, it is said that he met the three Mara daughters, right? What are those three Mara daughters? They were not actually physical human or like physical figures. They were not like external people or sentient beings. They were actually inside the mind. What are those? Tanha, Rati and Raga. So Tanha is craving, Rati is and Raga, they are all parts, siblings of the same powerful craving or desire or sensual pleasure, sensual lust. They are all interrelated. They are all same family members, siblings, I would say. So very difficult. Sakkaya Ditti. For example, the first one actually Sakkaya Ditti. Sakkaya Ditti means you think this is me. Every one of us think Sakkaya Ditti means me. So Sakkaya Ditti, like if I say I am Sumitta, so this body belongs to me and no one can challenge me, no one can hurt me. If someone hurts me, I feel bad and my ego, is popped up, and then I challenge the other people, and I even can try to hurt other people, harm other people. So all the conflicts can happen to us because we think this is me. I, me, myself. That is where we start to have all the struggles. So Sakkaya Ditti is something that you need to recognize within you. There is nothing like that. There is no I, me, myself actually. How do we know that? Like you need to focus on your 32 body parts, for example. Take each and every parts of the body, kesa, the body, the head hair, and loma, the body hair, and danto, the teeth, tacho, the skin, and all these body parts. If you take one by one, focus on them, analyze them, and you might see there is nothing, there is no I, me, myself there. So, for example, when you have the beautiful hair, right now I don't have hair, the Dulani has. So, when you have hair, you decorate it, you look to be, show it like a very, very possessive thing. And then one of the hair loses and you don't want to pick it up and keep it with you. So you don't want to even possess it, own it anymore. You say, it's not mine. Don't even want to call it. So like that, actually, you can see every single body part. If you focus on that, you might be able to figure out there is nothing me, I, me, myself. So same thing with every single body part, and how we fabricate ourselves, how we blind ourselves to be called as I, me, myself. So that is Sakkaya Ditti. Vicikicca is all kinds of doubts that we have. Doubt about my past birth or future birth, karma or the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and the Paticca Samuppada, dependent origination, all kinds of doubts. We are not really clear. And that is why many people do so many rituals, rites, right? And that is where we are going to the other one, what we call Sakkaya Ditthi, Silabbata Paramasa, all kinds of rites and rituals. I think one of the most difficult fetters that we have to crack open is this Silabbata Paramasa. So if you want to attain Sotāpanna, you have to get rid of Sakkaya Ditthi. You have to get rid of Vicikiccha. You have to get rid of Silabbata Paramasa. When you completely cut off these three fetters, then you can attain Sotāpanna, stream entry. Once you are in the stream entry, then the final liberation is guaranteed for you. It is at Sattakhattu Parama. At maximum you will be born only 7 births. Even before that you might be able to attain the final liberation. All those things can happen. But look how difficult it is to decode this, crack open these three fetters, Sakkaya Ditthi. How many of us can think, oh, it is not me, it is not mine. It is so hard. Everything you want to say like I, me, myself, it is so hard. But if you read the Dhamma, if you practice the Dhamma, if you try to realize the Dhamma, what is the Dhamma all about, you might be able to figure out there is no Sakkaya Ditthi. There is nothing called Sakkaya Ditthi. Actually, we can see that the fake identification that we have, self-identification that we have. Vicikiccha, again, we need to be clear about our path. I think Sammaditthi will be very helpful to us, right view. We need to practice the Noble Eightfold Path to wide open our horizon of Dhamma. There we can actually focus and learn more and investigate and explore more about the Dhamma. So, Silabbata Paramasa, people think by doing this act, by doing that act, I can attain, can come closer to the Nibbana. We need to figure out like how many of us, like all different countries, different cultural activities, different rites and rituals, by doing that, people think they can attain, they can go to the final liberation. So this can be a blindfold for many. This is a blind spot, really, really a powerful blind spot that we have, Sakkaya, Silabbata Paramasa. And then when you attain Sakadagami, you have to cut short, you have to cut loose to a substantial extent the Kamaraga and the Patiga. Kamaraga, as I mentioned at the beginning, actually, some sensual pleasures, all kinds of desires. And so that has to be substantially subsidized, if not the overall. It's not overall done in the Sakadagami level or once return level. Patiga is the anger, the ill will, like the conflicting temperament, like you want to conflict with the others. So that is Patiga. These temperaments these fetters can be substantially subsidized when you attain Sakadagami. But remember, even Sakadagami people, as they have Kamaraga and the Patiga, they can get angry, they can even get married. That is possible. But it doesn't mean like they can go to like very extreme. They are very, very understanding. They know the Dhamma. They realize the Dhamma. Sotāpanna people, Sakadagami people, they can actually even get married and live happily. For example, Venerable, Jetavana Monastery, Anathapindika, he was a millionaire. He was doing big business, and he was a wonderful, wonderful practitioner. He knew the Dhamma, and he was a Sotāpanna. Visakha, many other people, they also attained Sotāpanna, but they also had family, happily married. it was possible. And then those substantially cutting loose of the two fetters will be completely cut off when you attain the anagami non-returner. So once returner means when you attain sakadagami, once returner, if you die as a once returner person, you will come back to this human form one more time. There is a possibility that you can come one more time. That is the thing. One more thing I forgot to mention, like if you attain Sotāpanna, you will never be born in a lower realm. So maximum 7 births and no lower realm for them. That is the most beautiful thing when you attain Sotāpanna. Sakadagami, only once you will return. Anagami is non-returner. If you die as an anagami person, non-return person, you will never return. You will be born in the Suddhavasa realm, pure abodes. 4 Brahma abodes are there, what we call pure abodes. And there you don't come back, anagami. So they will be born as arahanta persons. So in Brahma realms, there are a lot of arahanta people like that. And Ruparaga, Aruparaga, Mana, Uddhacha, Avijja, those 5 fetters, they are also called Uddhambhagya Sanyojana. Those 5 fetters will be cut off only when you attain Arahantahood. Like Rupa, the Raga, again see some subtle form of Raga is there with us. Form, material form, and then the Arupa Raga, even immaterial form, or formless realm. And then what do you call, some people like they like the material realms, like the Brahma realm, Rupa Brahmalok, and Arupa Brahmaloka. Some people even like the Arupa or material realms. And then Mana is the conceit, the ego that we have, which is also very difficult to get rid of. It should be cut off only when you attain Arahantahood. So a lot of people, even Anagami people, can have Mana. They can have ego. Conceit can be there. There are 9 kinds of conceits, Mana, actually, in the Tipitaka. So all kinds of Mana, all kinds of judgmental temperament should be cut off when we attain this. And then Uddhacha is the restlessness. Uddhacha means restlessness, and this is one thing more we need to talk about. Restlessness is something that can hinder your final liberation. Very difficult to concentrate, focus, and very difficult to take right decision when you have Uddhacha, restlessness. The final wisdom can be achieved only when you are completely no restless. Uddhacha is just next to Avijja. You can see the intensity of Uddhacha or the restlessness. It is just next to Avijja, the ignorance. Ignorance is the final barrier that we have. So all these things are very, very important to know, and the more you know about these things, the easier for you to practice the Dhamma, realize the Dhamma, and achieve these sainthood. I would say, as if you are a follower of Buddhism, if you are interested in Buddhism, you need to keep one of them as your lifetime target. You want to become Sotāpanna, you definitely have to work on that, and do not wait for another eons later whosoever come and rescue you. Don't wait for that. So during this wonderful, precious lifetime as human, and also you have the Dhamma. So practice the Dhamma, learn the Dhamma, associate more Kalyana Mitta friends, listen to the Dhamma talk, and attend to these Q&A Dhamma sessions like this. There you can actually clear out some of those doubts, and you can attain at least Sotāpanna. If you attain Sotāpanna, you are almost guaranteed. Almost there. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bhante. We have one more question here from Sutta S. He says, or they say, Dear Bhante, these stages like Sotapanna, etc., are they gradual attainments or do they happen because of instant recognition and letting go in that instant? What do you think, Bhante?
What happened here actually, it could happen to some people, like they achieve Sotāpanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arhant instantly. So there have been some people, that means they have actually almost perfected their paramitas. So they were just about to attain the final liberation, but they were somehow, they have been blocked, or they have not been held by someone. For example, the Buddha could help them. They are just about to blossom. Their paramita, their wisdom, their realization of the Dhamma is there, but they are just about to blossom. And so for some, they can attain these stages very fast. But I think for that, someone has to have the help of the Buddha. And remember, even in the case of the Venerable Sariputta, he attained Sotāpanna. He attained Sotāpanna. He is the foremost among the wise monks in the Buddhist order. He only attained Sotāpanna after hearing the two lines, like Ye Dhamma Hetuppabhava Te Sang Hetu Tathagato Aha. Everything, all conditioned things are subjected to decay. And so that was actually the idea. We need to know every conditioned thing is subject to decay. And if we contemplate on that, learn more about that, practice more, every single thing in our life, we can see that these things appear and then disappear. And that will be the key term that we need to remember in our life, throughout our life. Every single thing is attached to this, merged with these two factors, right? Appearing and disappearing. So, hetu and ye dhamma hetu pabhava, te sang hetu tathagato. The Buddha has talked about this. And so lucky ones can attain the four stages fast, but there could be, at least we should try Sotāpanna. And even someone after attaining Sotāpanna, as I mentioned, so if someone attains Sotāpanna, if that person is not working hard enough, maybe, and he or she might take even 7 more births. So it doesn't mean like you attain Sotāpanna means you are attaining Arahanthood right away. In that case, no. Even Sakadagami say once return, that means you will return one more time. Right? So there is no guarantee for that as well. So you can see now the time gap. I hope you understand now. But having said that, there are some people who could actually attain these stages right away. There are many instances where some monks, when they were listening to the Dhamma, they could attain these stages very fast.
Thank you very much, Bhante. I hope that answers your question, Sud S. based on time, we have one more question that what they can answer. This is from Kamar Jordan. They ask, how can one be excused or grant a forgiveness for committing Kami Sumicha as a layperson? Bhante, what do you think? Any you can share any knowledge
Okay, I
on this?
think we talked about this precept a lot today, but that's okay.
Really?
So let's say like you grant forgiveness. No one is perfect unless you attain final liberation. So we make mistakes. It's better we understand, we recognize, we accept I made a mistake. It's really important that you recognize I made a mistake. Only then you have the opportunity to correct the mistake and go forward from that point onward. That is why even Angulimala could attain Arahanthood. Remember, Angulimala was doing a really grave mistake, but luckily he had the help of the Buddha. Buddha could rescue him from being born in a lower realm and suffering immensely, indefinitely, hopefully, if he were born there. And luckily he could get rid of it, and he understood, he realized, he accepted his fault, his mistake, and from that point onward, he was able to actually focus and achieve the final liberation. That means each and every one of us has the opportunity, if we accept, sincerely accept, and leaving aside our ego, we accept I made a mistake, it's okay. So we can make mistake, but you don't have to repent over and over again about that. You just work on it, you correct your mistake, and you can actually go forward and attain the liberation too. And if someone, you think someone has hurt you, or someone has done a mistake, or someone even betrayed you, forgiveness is a great thing. Like we say, kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang achayang khamame bhante bhuri panya tathagata. If by mistake, intentionally or unintentionally, if I have done some mistake to someone, so by word, by deed, or by thought, then I would like to seek forgiveness from that person. And if someone has done a mistake to me the same way, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, intentionally or unintentionally, I am very happy to grant forgiveness to that person, because it doesn't make sense if you keep the grudge. You yourself spoil your mind. There is no chance for you to be a better person when you react to that negatively. If someone has done something wrong, that is that person's bad karma. But if you negatively react to that, from that point onward, it would be your bad karma too. So we have to be careful, not holding on to many grudges like that. Just forgive, and I think that will be very helpful. It doesn't help you, or it doesn't help the other person when we are hating each other or hurting each other.
Thank you very much, Bhante. I think based on time, we can maybe end it for now. Um, I'm so sorry. It seems that we're coming to the close of our session, but if there are any questions that our viewers had wanted to ask, don't worry, you can ask them in the next session that we have.
We can take one more question.
One more? Okay. Um, let's see. Sutta S asks, Dear Bhante, I'm trying to develop metta by imagining all beings that I don't like has cute little babies, but I heard love towards our children may be classified as prema rather than metta. Is this then not a right way to develop metta? Okay, interesting question. Bhante, yeah, what do you think?
So when we think like practicing metta, yes, metta in a way, sometimes meditation can also be um, misdirecting us, or metta can also be part of raga. Because let's say you have young little beautiful cute little babies, so you can see like you send loving kindness to them, but instead you are actually attached, you're developing, increasing, improving your own attachment. So but the thing is but the thing is metta means unconditional loving kindness. So whatever you say, like prema or metta or loving kindness, karuna or whatever, these are all again part of the same family. Metta means unconditional, immeasurable, infinite, indefinite, boundless loving kindness. So we should be able to send loving kindness to myself and to our near and dear ones, and then to our neutral ones, and then also to the unfriendly ones, and then to every sentient being. We can see like the practice of metta is uh, beautifully classified and explained in our tradition, like how we first start with ourselves. Sometimes people say, oh, we should not love ourselves. We should not send loving kindness to ourselves. So does it mean you hate yourself? you, you commit suicide? No, we can't do that. You can't hurt yourself too. A lot of people have this problem too. They can actually send loving kindness to others, but they can send loving kindness to themselves. That also is a problem. It's problematic. When you practice loving kindness, you start with yourself. Means you first need to practice loving kindness to yourself, because like when you say sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta, may all beings be well, happy, healthy, you cannot exclude yourself. Yourself is a part of it. Plus, many people have sakkaya ditthi, especially the average mundane people. They have sakkaya ditthi, so it's pretty much average. It is very natural that we love ourselves the most. Like one time King Kosala said, when he asked Queen Mallika, whom do you love the most in this world? King Mallika actually said, I love myself the most. So King was little disheartened. He thought like, oh, she would ask, oh, I love you the most. Even at the cost of my life, I live better than myself, something like that. But Queen Mallika said, I love me the most. So everyone has that. You love yourself. So start with that, the easy way, more comfortable way. Then next step is send loving kindness to your near and dear, your mother, your father, your brother, sister, your spouse, your siblings, your teachers, your elders, all those people who are benefactors, well-wishers, they are with you in your ups and downs. That means you can easily think of them. You don't actually generate any ill will. So you can send loving kindness to them. You can send them prayers like, may they be well, happy, healthy. Like, just as you say, may I be well, happy, healthy. You can send, may they be well, happy, healthy. And then after some time, you should be able to send loving kindness to the neutral ones. neutral ones are also very important in the world. But I think in this world, like 7 billion people, how many of them we know? We know only handful of people, right? Even if you are a superstar like a Hollywood big actor or a very world famous singer, you might have some maybe like millions of fans, but you don't know them. Actually, you are known to many, but you don't know them. So many of them are actually neutral to you in this world. Remember, in the world, those neutral ones, actually they don't know us, we don't know them. But the point is, any of them can turn hostile to you anytime. Let's say you go to a shopping mall and suddenly somebody turns hostile out of nowhere, you become the victim. One of those uh, neutral ones. So it's really important. Like sometimes in an airplane or in a public place, all those what you call neutral people can turn hostile. You don't know. So it is really, really, really important that we send loving kindness to the neutral ones too. I would say not only seen but also unseen. We have friends seen unseen. We have neutral ones seen unseen. So send loving kindness to all of them. There can be seen and unseen neutral ones in the world and beyond. We send them loving kindness so that at least they remain neutral. They don't turn hostile. So that makes sense, right? And also you send them prayers like may they be well, happy, healthy, may no harm come to them, may no anger come to them, may no hatred come to them, may no jealousy come to them, may no fear come to them. Those are wonderful thoughts, wonderful prayers. So they can be wholesome, good people. And then the last one is the unfriendly ones in the world, seen unseen again. So I think they need our loving kindness the most, because if you think someone is angry with you, that means we need to heal them. We need to send loving kindness to them so that they can feel better, feel peaceful, feel harmonious, and they don't harm anyone. So thinking thus, we need to send loving kindness to those people. Plus, if you continue to send loving kindness to those unfriendly ones, you don't know. The power, the magic of metta is such that you can melt their hearts dramatically. So it is important you practice loving kindness to all the unfriendly ones as well. Again, seen and unseen. Remember, you might go to a desert, you might go to a forest, you might go to a great ocean, anywhere in the world. You send loving kindness. You take permission, for example, and send loving kindness to those. um, you might be protected. You might feel comfortable. If you attend an assembly where there are lots and lots of unknown people, but before entering you send loving kindness to all those people, all those sentient beings, you will feel like you are warm-heartedly welcome. You are like a superstar, you feel it, because you are confident of your own practice. So it's very important. Remember, like I could talk about this topic for hours, but I think maybe we can talk about that more later. For now, I would say practicing loving kindness is an amazing, amazing um, virtue, confidence, a morale boosting effect to each and every one of us to be healthy, to be happy. And also, this world needs more metta than ever. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bhante. I hope that answers your question. So that was a very good question, actually. Maybe you can keep that as a future Dhamma talk one day. Um, all right. So I just want to first of all thank Bhante for your insightful and elaborate answers to all of our questions. We all appreciated your valuable time that you come here to share your wisdom and your knowledge with all of our viewers and friends from all over the globe. For our viewers watching, please make sure you're following on Dhamma USA socials, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram as well to be updated with the latest notifications. And additionally, if there were any questions that you had in mind or you wanted to ask before but you didn't have any time, don't worry, you can have that chance to ask in our next session. Thank you again for our viewers for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you every Friday at 6 p.m. PST for diving into Dhamma live Q&A with our Bhante Sumitta. Before I end, may I ask Bhante to deliver some blessings for us? Bhante, you're muted.
Thank you so much, Dulani, for joining us and hosting this event. And I really appreciate everyone's questions and also you leading the way. And I wish this forum can be very helpful to many of our friends. And looking forward to seeing you again in the next week at the same time, 6 p.m. Pacific time. May you, with the power of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever you are. May no harm come to you from water, fire, air. May you always be safe and protected wherever you are. May the Noble Triple Gem bless you, help you, protect you, and guide you towards the right path. With that, I would like to do a short chanting to invoke blessings upon all of you. Sabbitiyo vivajjanto sabbaroko vinassato mate bhavatvantarayo sukhe digayuko bhava bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te abhivadana silisa niccang vaddha pacayino cattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukhang balang Ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti minate samijjatu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Bhante. May you all be well, happy, and healthy, and many blessings for you, Bhante. Thank you very much.